it's time for art and entertainment on BFM Radio. Marianah Lourens. Ja, dit is Marianah Lourens of Tannie Marianah hier natuurlik weer op BFM. Al is ons nou nie in die ateljee nie. Ons is by die Savoy Theater en die klanke wat jy hoor, die agtergrond, geluide, die musiek, dit is alles hier by die Savoy waar ons 'n spesiale vergadering het. But before I get to be with my guests, I want to remind you that Rina Dippenaar is still doing her lessons in piano, flute, recorder, guitar, music theory and Afrikaans, and she will teach you online or she'll teach you face to face with a mask on, of course. You can call her on 083-3985-196. Ja, dit is Rina Dippenaar. 28 jaar al is sy al 'n onnie, so jy kan vir jou klasse in klavier, fluit, recorder, gitaar, musiek, teorie en ook Afrikaans. Sy gee Afrikaanse lesse ook en sy kan jou online help en sy kan jou help persoonlik. So bel haar gerus 083-398-5196. En dan wil ek net ook vir jou weer daarvan sê dat Stepping Out is nog steeds waar jy jou lekker fantasie kostuum benodigdhede kan kry. Skakel gerus vir Rose by 072-906-1977 want jy moet 'n afspraak maak. Yes, for that photo shoot, family shot, special birthdays. I know we can't have big fancy dress parties now, but if you need to dress up for some special occasion or photo shoot, do please call Rose at Stepping Out. She will be there for you, but you need to make an appointment. It's 072-906-1977. Now I'm with my guests because I'm at the Savoy, as I said, and we are doing this special gathering tonight. It's like a get-together, and we've had so much fun already.
Marianah, it's so nice seeing you again. Like, it's been a long time.
This is Litha that you're hearing there. We've been on stage so many times.
For me, the first show we were in together was 2013, I think. We did Honk.
Okay, was it Honk?
It was Honk.
Yes.
And I remember you were the swan.
Yes,
you were
and I was the dame or the
some hen or something like that. Oh,
yes.
Yeah, back in the day.
I know, because we were all birds.
Yes.
Most of us.
Poultry on the farm.
On the farm, but it was so amazing because it was the story of the ugly duckling.
Yes.
Actually,
yes,
that was the story it was, and we had a lot of fun with it.
A lot of fun,
yes.
Yeah.
And that, of course, this is Litha. Just say your name and your
yes.
surname.
So, I'm Litha Planty Hewitt-Coleman.
You can say the
Yeah.
nicely.
Litha Planty Hewitt-Coleman.
He's got the Hewitt-Coleman double barrel
name, double barrel surname.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm here at the Savoy Industrial Night. I was invited by the committee. The committee sent out an invitation to all people in the industry. Cailin's here.
Yeah, we can go over to Cailin now.
Hi, Marianah.
She is also here. Yes,
absolutely. So we're all here together. We're all invited. Theatre practitioners, directors, arts organizations, NPOs, anyone who can contribute and who's involved in the theatre industry night is where you should be and where we should get to know each other. We can only benefit from each other. There's it's mutually beneficial. It happens every Monday, the first Monday of every month, and you just get to know, you get to mingle, you get to see who is exactly like you or similar in some ways, because we can only understand each other as artists or involved in the arts, and that's what we are for.
I think what said it nicely is for theatre makers.
Absolutely.
It's for theatre makers, but it's not only for theatre makers, it's also for those who want to help us in theatre.
Absolutely.
Those who want to help the actors and the techies. Definitely. And everyone, even the photographers, and that's Ross. And yes, Ross, what is your surname?
My name's Ross Miles.
Ross Miles.
I would call myself a nosy audience member, kind of theatre.
He meddles
yes.
in the goings on that's going on stage, right?
For sure.
Ross?
I want to watch the show, but it sucks you in and you want to be part of the show as well. So you find yourself behind the scenes, whether it's in lights or carrying a prop or just supporting your friend who's going to be on stage as well. It's just so exciting to be part of something bigger than you that everyone else gets a feeling from as well.
Absolutely, and you know what? He's got a voice for stage, but he's also got a face for radio. He sounds very good on the
He sounds very good on the radio. He's got that
Yes.
voice.
Yes, your voice is lovely and resonant. And of course, he's tonight specifically, he's been doing front of house. And I know what that feels like. I've done front of house millions of times. And it's always such a pleasure to see people who want to come and help with
Absolutely.
those kind of things.
Absolutely.
So, anything goes. Sundays, that's also going to happen.
That's correct.
And that's going to be the open mic style
Yes.
thing. So I want to also just touch on that. Maybe you should, Cailin.
So anything goes Sundays. We invite everyone and anyone. If you are inspired by music, if you're just a music lover, if you enjoy the company of other people, this is your safe space. I know COVID has really dampened that for a lot of us, and we're just stuck. We feel like we're stuck, and we're not. It's the same as industry night. Come and experience what other people have been through. They might be exactly the same as you are. Just come and relax and step away from reality. Come in a safe space, and that's essentially what we're trying to create in Anything Goes Sundays.
Yes,
So
because we need to bring the Savoy back to life.
Absolutely. If you're a musician, if you're an artist, if you just love music, come and participate. Come and see, come and interact. Let's not only bring the Savoy to life, but let's wake ourselves up.
Yes.
Let's start.
We now not only just dependent on media, we can actually go to the theatre. Actually.
We really do need to, and it was mentioned earlier at this gathering, that we really do need to step up and actually, instead of holding our hands out for funding and stuff like, because funding is an issue that brings
Big
back the
issue.
arts quite backwards. But we do need to step out there and have events like this. And I'm grateful to GNS Society for having this kind of industry night where different production companies, different actors, dancers, singers, wherever you come from, let's hear your voice. I like, for instance, I'm here representing Litha Productions, and Litha Productions is now also working with GNS to produce. We're working together to produce a series of shows called The Sounds of Gilbert, and that works perfectly now with where our city is at the moment, with the
He
name
learned to
change.
speak like that from his mom.
Yes. I'm Xhosa. My mother tongue is Xhosa. My mom is Xhosa. My dad is English. So work together like
It's
that.
an amazing mix. And I know both his parents, they're amazing. And your dad's an architect, so he's a creator.
Creator as well. He's a creator as
And
well.
of course your mom is just the most amazing support. But now when I first met you were still in school.
Yes. And now I'm out of school. I'm finishing up at varsity. I've started, like I was saying, Litha Productions, and that's a production company where I aim. Litha Productions says, let us tell the story. And that is about the individual artists now telling the story and bringing their story to the community.
Absolutely.
It's no longer the hearsay, oh no, we're just saying these kind of ideas. No, now I'm saying, hear your story. I want us all to come together.
And
Let us
also
all come
for
together.
the children, developing, we want to develop the arts.
Absolutely.
And we want to make the kids, we want to draw them in. And there's no better way than with stories.
Absolutely.
And the stories, of course, are always a lesson. There's a lesson in
it's to
every
educate.
story.
It's
To
to
educate, it's behavior, it's all sorts of
No,
things.
that's essentially what we're
values.
all trying to do. We're trying to break down the barriers of what society thinks theatre is. It's not just spectacle, it's not just performance. There are business aspects, there are life skills, things that you might learn now, you'll carry on through the rest of your life. And that's what industry night is for. That's what Everything Goes Sundays. We keep telling each other, there's no platform. We don't have a platform, we don't have funding. If COVID has taught us anything, is that we should make our own opportunities for ourselves. And that is what we're doing. Like Litha Productions, like
And
GNS.
we have a platform here at the Savoy.
Absolutely, safe space.
Once again, they can just contact can go on Facebook and look at Savoy
Yes.
Theatre, but they can also look at GNS. because
Absolutely.
GNS,
On Facebook, the GNS Sullivan Society.
yes, it's GNS is
Yeah.
the company, and Rose's hard work, of course.
Absolutely.
And Rose, of course, it doesn't look like very long ago that you've been at school.
No, sure. I've not been out for too long, but I actually feel like I wish I got more involved earlier. GNS is so willing to teach young children, young youth, adults, old people. Doesn't matter where you come from, what your background is. There's an open door. If you just want to learn and pick up some skills, come through. It's for free. Like Litha said, you don't need funding. Theatre is about creating a spectacle with what's in your hands right now. You can use a
Absolutely.
cloth as a prop. You can use a paintbrush. You can literally just get involved, learn something. If you're interested in tech, get involved in tech. If you're interested in theatre, but you want to know about tech, you can do both. It's just about getting involved.
Endless
honestly.
opportunities that come with theatre. Like I said, we're trying to break down the narrative. You don't have to be a performer. You can go into the business aspect, because it's without that we don't have the stage. We don't need performers essentially. Without the technical side, without the business, without knowing how to draw up a script or direct a show. These are essentially what we're building, not just what you see as an audience member. So come in, get involved, see what we do. It's not just that we put on a pretty show. How much work, how much effort, what goes on behind the scenes, and that's what we're trying to introduce to society and build in Nelson Mandela Bay, and as artists, as performers, as theatre makers.
Theatre
As
makes you
theatre
versatile.
makers.
Theatre makes you versatile. You can, if you want to shoot a music video, you can use the theatre.
see.
If you want to play marimba, you can use the theatre. If you want to put on a show, you can use the theatre.
Endless opportunities.
Come and see what the Savoy has to offer you. There's so much that you can unlock in yourself as well.
And whatever your passion is, come.
theatre
Because we
brings it
need the people with the business acumen, the people who can put that plan together for
Yes.
us, that financial structure.
Yes.
You see, Marianah, we live in South Africa, and like the South Africa, we go by the spirit of Ubuntu.
Absolutely.
Ubuntu uthetha ukuthi-
Well, we should.
Yes, yeah. It means that we give. We are in Xhosa you say umntu ngumntu ngabantu. You are because of another person.
Absolutely.
If there was any time to live by the spirit of Ubuntu, it would be where we are right now as a country. And that would be, it's a spirit of giving, it's a spirit of coming together, it's a spirit of helping one another. And to look at this event and this gathering that GNS has done today, it's an amazing thing, and it's an amazing initiative that's being done every month. This is every month it gives you the opportunity to live by the spirit of Ubuntu. And I think
Indeed.
that's so special.
And you know, this whole thing about the people, it's you there because of people, we there because of each other.
Yes.
That we family. And what Rose said earlier on about she and I were on stage when she just arrived here in South Africa from Australia. It was 15 years ago. We were on stage together. We're still friends. We feel like we're family. We feel like sisters. I have friends from 1984 when I toured in the United States of America. Do you know that Facebook, of course, has done that? We all found each other. We communicate. We still family and it's theatre. It's theatre.
It's awesome
and
that you
it's
mentioned that, yes.
performing arts, should I say, and all the other arts. It's not only the performing arts, it is also the visual arts. You
Absolutely.
need set builders.
Yes.
We need people to paint the set, set
That's what I'm saying.
decoration, set deck.
Don't cloud yourself in what you think the theatre is. If you have a skill or a talent, or if you just
We need you.
something, or any, if you have knowledge about something, we need you. Like, we have this idea in our industry, performing arts industry especially, that we're all in competition and we're trying to break that barrier, because we're not. We have things to offer, you have things to offer us. Let's create these mutual beneficial partnerships. You know, let's create a relationship where we can be family, like Marianah said. And that's what we're starting to build tonight.
Definitely.
And
That's
the
what it is.
connecting with each other.
Absolutely.
And I mean, like
Yeah.
now today, here you hear us. We're going to give you some phone numbers to phone. And so you can just phone one of those numbers and say, connect me with somebody. I like set building. I like being the sound techie,
Sound engineer,
the lighting.
lighting
Because
designer.
I'm an electrician kind
Yeah.
of thing. But I've
Directors.
always loved theatre. Directors, script writers.
We need
If
script
If you
writers.
like writing those stories,
Yeah.
just come
Absolutely.
and be part of our workshops that we're going to have. We're going to be just having a lot of fun and workshops, and we're going to go out into the schools as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
I
important.
just want to ask now, each one of you, I'm going to start with you, Ross.
Yes.
How did your love for theatre, because now, as you say, you're not an actor, but here you are with us, the actors, the dancers.
I think it's literally a big example of I am because of the people around me. My friends are so deep in the arts. My girlfriend's deep in the arts. I'm just surrounded by people with such a love for the art that you can't help but want to put yourself in there as well. You become more artistic by surrounding yourself with people. My dad loves music, so I love music. It's just, art can be in anything. It can be in music, in writing, like they said now, script writing. There's nothing like a powerful pen to tell a story. So my love really just came about from the people around me and me wanting to always be around that kind of energy. There's nothing better than creating something new that no one's seen before and you see them enjoy it. So that's the kind of energy I just want to surround myself with all the time. As someone in marketing, not even in theatre, just having that creative energy makes marketing easier for you. So,
but the whole thing is we need the marketers. Our shows need marketing.
Very true.
There's really a market for anyone.
You can link anything to theatre.
Anything to what we're doing tonight.
Exactly, those connections. I mean, it's electric.
Yes.
Isn't
You can't help it, it's contagious.
Yes.
It's contagious. Yes. And what about you, my darling?
I'm very, very, very grateful for Rose. I was almost finished high school and I'd never been in a theatre in my life, and this stems from outreach and stuff. She had heard me sing just randomly and invited me to come see. She saw potential in me. She saw that I had a career, I had a future within the arts, and I was never confident. And these are the life skills I'm trying to say, is that it's not just about performance.
It builds confidence.
I built confidence. I became the individual I am, and for me not to recognize her place in my life would be insulting. So I fell in love with seeing the process in which it was done, seeing how a small idea can become so much. The spectacle, the idea of performing under lights. It gives me goosebumps now. I'm really passionate about the theatre as a whole.
Where did singing begin for you?
In church.
You know how many...
In church. In church.
Almost every person I ask, in Sunday school, and my grandma forced me to be in the church choir, and it's quite something. How it's
everyone has a place. If you sing in church, look where I am now. I'm confidently say that I've been a professional performer.
You can sing in a big show.
You can use those same skills, and that's just how I started. I'm really inspired about how much hard work goes into this, not expecting anything in return, doing it for the sake of the passion, because you're so passionate about it, just loving your art that you invest so much of yourself, which is a very personal thing. It's very vulnerable. I have so much respect for it, and that's how I fell in love.
Yes, and of course, Litha, you also said yes, amen.
So my love for the theatre, my love for performing, I think I definitely got that from my queen, my mother, Hewitt-Coleman. My mom, she used to tell me these stories of how she used to put music to her stomach when she was pregnant with me. And it's interesting how those artists are my favorite artists today. Those kind of...
That you heard before you were born?
Before I was born. I was okay, I've been in the game before I was born. No, and then from there, I was always singing. I learned how to play the piano from when I was 5. I taught myself. I would clunk on that thing until I annoy people and whatever, until I got at least 3, 4, 5 lessons. After that, I just kind of taught myself, and from then it became performing in schools, performing for your school plays. I remember, I started from the bottom. When I say I started from the bottom, my first production, I played a rock. So,
a rock or
poetry.
It was a jungle book, and I played a rock. And then afterwards, I was a munchkin in The Wizard of Oz. My first big production was here at the Savoy Theatre, where I played Dolly in Heerden.
Yeah.
Were you in Heerden?
I wasn't in it, but I was
So I played Dolly in Heerden, and that was directed by Robin, and that's when Robin was introduced, Robin Williams.
Yes.
Who has mentored me, kept me under her wing, and I'm so grateful for her. She's basically taught me what I know about the theatre. I'm so grateful for her.
She's the best director.
I mean... There's
thunder.
thunder and lightning.
That's not inside the Savoy hour.
no.
The thunder is outside that we're hearing.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. We need the rain in the catchment areas.
Definitely
Thank you,
catchment
Lord.
areas. Hallelujah. So from Robin's production, then I obviously met Cailin
Yes.
through a production here at GNS as well. Yeah. So
and we're family. Like,
and we're family.
That was my first production that I did
And
with
she
Litha.
dragged Ross along.
I actually met Cailin through Litha, through the production of
In a
Rent.
production of
Yeah,
Rent.
Rent was my
I've been
first show
putting
I saw
people
her.
together.
The
So
plot
it was Rent.
thickens.
Absolutely.
It was Rent.
Yeah. Oh, it was Ren.
Rent was the first show I watched live as a theatre production, and I
Yes.
think I've been at every single show that the Savoy has done since.
Since
Since
yes.
Rent.
Of course. We don't miss the shows.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
No.
if you're not in it, you're a spectator.
For sure.
For
Yeah.
us, and of course, Litha, you're the typical triple threat. You sing, you dance,
I tried to
you
dance.
act. No, but I mean, you dance. You have to dance in the musical.
Yeah, definitely. So
Especially if you're young. If you're old like me, you can get out of the
Oh,
dancing.
Marianah, I'm sure you can still move.
Well, move a little bit, but I've never been a dancer. But now I need the details of how to contact if people want to get hold of any of you and want to be part of these workshops,
Yes.
this theatre maker thing on every level,
Yeah.
on every platform.
The biggest site that you on social media that we're very active on is Facebook. You can go to the Gilbert and Sullivan Society page on Facebook. We post every week about what would happen in the week. So for Monday nights, one Monday every month will be industry night, following our jam sessions on Sundays. So please feel free to either contact Rose. Her contact details is on the page, or you can contact me directly on 071 076 0980, and that's for Cailin. And just give me a mention about where you'd like to fit in, or if you need help with fitting in. That's essentially why we're here. We're here to help you, to help us.
Yes, and I mean, if you go to the Facebook page, the
Facebook
GNS
page.
Facebook page, the Savoy
That's correct,
Facebook page, Cailin, and that's with a K,
See,
with a C.
With a
It's
C.
Cailin with a C,
Yes.
Facebook page, or you can phone Rose,
Yes.
and I'm going to give that number, 072 906 1977. And I mean, it's every area of life, really. If
Absolutely.
you're passionate about it and you want to help us in the theatre, come along.
Yes.
I want to thank the three of you to really come and brave the noise, the outside noise there. All I can say is let's go for it.
Absolutely.
guys.
Let's
get it.
Go for it.
Definitely so.
Thank you so much, Marianah, for having us.
For sure.
It's really such a pleasure, especially when it's something like this, when we can connect people with the people.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. It is time for art and entertainment now to say goodbye. Marianah Lourens saying goodbye. Ja, Marianah Lourens en Kuns en Vermaak wat nou moet groet met Arrivari.